3 months ago, they were your entire world. Now, you barely remember why you cared, and the scariest part, you don't know when it happened. There's a switch in your brain that flips without warning, and once you understand it, you'll realize it's already flipped more times than you can count. Close your eyes, think about something you were obsessed with a year ago, a person, a goal, a dream that kept you awake at night. Now ask yourself, when's the last time you even thought about it exactly? It's like your brain performed surgery on your emotions while you were asleep. One day you would have sacrificed everything. The next day, silence. And here's what nobody tells you: you didn't choose this, your brain did. Part 1. Emotional Decay. Imagine a couple, Sarah and Mike. 6 months ago, Sarah waited for his texts like oxygen, replayed conversations in her head, smiled randomly thinking about him. Now, his name lights up her phone and she feels nothing. Not anger, not hate, indifference, worse than heartbreak, and she can't even pinpoint when it changed. No big fight. No betrayal, no dramatic ending, the feelings just evaporated. Psychologists call this emotional decay. And it doesn't just happen in relationships, it happens with careers, friendships, hobbies, life paths. But why? What flips the switch? Part 2. Your brain's hidden math. Here's the uncomfortable truth. Your brain is constantly running a cost-benefit analysis. In the background, without your permission, every interaction, every experience, it's silently asking, is this still worth the energy? The moment the emotional return starts declining, your brain begins withdrawing investment. You're not falling out of love. Your brain is cutting losses. There's a concept called hedonic adaptation. It means your brain normalizes everything that stays consistent, even good things. People who win the lottery, most return to baseline happiness within about a year. The extraordinary becomes ordinary, and ordinary doesn't excite the brain. Part 3. The prediction error effect. Here's where it gets even more interesting. Dopamine doesn't respond to reward, it responds to unexpected reward. This is called prediction error, the gap between what you expect and what actually happens. Big surprise equals big dopamine spike equals intense interest. Small surprise equals less dopamine. No surprise, your brain stops paying attention. Think about driving a car. The first time you were hyper-aware, now you arrive home and barely remember the drive. Your brain outsourced it to autopilot. The same thing happens with people. At first, every word matters. Every text feels electric. After the 100th conversation, your mind drifts, not because they changed, because your brain solved the pattern, and once something becomes predictable, it becomes invisible. Part 4. The comparison trap. Now here's the darker layer. Your brain doesn't just evaluate what you have. It evaluates what else you could have. Every swipe, every Instagram scroll, every job posting, your brain simulates alternatives. What if I chose differently? And here's the twist, the alternatives always look better because they're theoretical. They haven't disappointed you yet. You're comparing real people with flaws to imaginary perfection, and imaginary perfection always wins. This is why people leave stable relationships, quit jobs that were building momentum, chase better only to get bored again. It's not dissatisfaction, it's comparison distortion. Part 5. The pattern you don't want to see. Now zoom out. Look at your life, the job you were obsessed with until you were, the friend you swore was forever, haven't talked in months, the hobby you said you stick with this time, collecting dust, the relationship that felt different until it was. This isn't random, it's a neurological loop. Your brain chases novelty, normalizes it, withdraws dopamine, seeks novelty again over and over. And here's the uncomfortable question: what if the thing you're obsessed with right now is already on the same timeline? Part 6. The invisible timer. Research shows many relationships experience a dopamine drop around 2-3 months. New jobs, the honeymoon phase fades around 6 months. New habits, most people quit within 8 weeks. There's an invisible timer on everything, and you can't hear it ticking. You think you're still committed, but your effort subtly drops. Texts get shorter, excuses increase, you say you're tired, but really, your brain is reallocating energy. The shift. But wait, what if losing interest isn't the real problem? What if the problem is this: you never learned how to sustain attention once novelty fades? Because here's the truth nobody says: long-term love isn't dopamine. Long-term passion isn't excitement. It's intentional depth. It's choosing curiosity after familiarity. It's creating new prediction errors on purpose. Most people chase new things. Very few people learn how to renew old ones, so here's the real question, not why do I always lose interest, but am I willing to build something after the high fades? Because the shutdown sequence might start automatically. But staying, that's conscious, that's effort, that's design. And if you don't learn how your brain works, you'll keep mistaking novelty for destiny. Tick-tock sweet dreams.